All right, just got back from the parts store and went and bought a new filter. I got the short type of filter. The M's got the long. But there are two types of filters for your H, or H's, I should say. This is the short one, and there is also the long one. About $8 difference between the two. I was fairly surprised, but if you've been with the channel a while, you know that I do like to run low ash 30 weight in here, which is what you should run in an H. The newer ones make it a little sticky, but this is all they had. And according to, well, I'll just say the owner because he is part owner, 30 low ash 30 weight oil is getting very difficult to come by. And I says, well, what are you going to do when we run out and can't get it? No, they're going to recommend the new stuff. Well, I think I'm okay with running new stuff if I did an overhaul on the engine. I think that's the time to change. If you're going to change, it's going to be when you do an overhaul on the engine. But for now, this is what I got. I got the Cub Cadet low ash engine oil 30 weight, and chickens behind me are going berserk. So yeah, this is what I'm going to put in it. And it wasn't cheap at all. You know, it just wasn't, but it's the right thing to do. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get this H fired up, get the blood flowing in it. I like to run it. No, you don't need to run it for super long time. Just get the engine oil warmed up so that it flows out, because you're trying to drain every last drop of it. You'll never get it all out, but if I can get 99% of it out and let the new filter get the rest, that's fine. But yeah, let's get it fired up. So I guess the moral of the story is, if you know of a place that sells low ash 30 weight oil, I would stockpile it, because rumor is it's going to be harder and harder to get as time goes on. 'Now I'm hoping you can hear me, but this is the oil filter, okay? You can see there's a little drain plug right there. I don't use it. I just put a bucket underneath, and any excess oil that's in the canister goes right into the bucket. There's a top bolt right here. You just pull that out, put the new filter in, you're good to go. And this Farmall H takes 6 quarts. 5-gallon bucket and a great big crescent wrench. Get that square nut off there. Now I want to show you something. The last time I bought low ash engine oil 30 weight, it was the Case IH brand. They've pretty much discontinued it, according to the parts counter guy. So that's bad news. Yeah, that'll do it. We'll go ahead and get this off of there now and start draining it, and then I can play around with the filter itself and stuff. Get that centered up. Yeah, there it goes. That should be able to. Now let's see. Nothing's coming out yet, but let's see if we got any. See if we got any water at all coming out of there. What the hell that is? I always like to loosen it just to see. Shouldn't be any. You know, it's not left outside or anything of the sort. Now, I don't like to wear gloves when I work on equipment. I see a lot of guys wearing blue gloves, and I don't know. I have to feel things. So that's a good sign, no water. There goes all the ugly oil. Woo! Ooh, that's ugly and dark. And nasty. Nasty. Plug's nothing to brag about. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Yeah, that's close to town. Whatnot. I'm going to clean this plug up real quick and talk about these petcocks. And just as a side note, you don't have to use a crescent wrench to do any of this. I just choose to. It's one-stop shop for me. Pop the plug. Good to go. Alright, that's already loosened to where I can just turn that by hand. Like I say, there is a drain plug right there. You can, if there is any excess in there, but I got a bucket underneath it. I put another little bucket under there. There's usually not a crap ton. So, yeah, pull that out. That's going to need a little bit of cleaning up, some attention, no big deal. And then, there we go. All right, you can see that's running down into the bucket. You know, if you don't like the mess, I don't really care. But if you don't like the mess, I drain it out. No big deal. You know, there might be maybe not even a half a quart in there tops. And that is the C135 Fram. That is, and you can see that sucker's well used. Well used. I'm just going to go ahead and put that right in the bucket with the oil. And then there's a ring right here that goes in. And you want to clean this out, this whole area out, the best you can. There's a little like valley in here that you're definitely going to want to clean. You get a lot of sludge in there sometimes when people haven't changed the oil in a while. Makes me wonder what oil they used in this before I got it. I've only had it, no, I don't know, a couple months, maybe a month or two. But just makes you wonder what people think, you know. Like, oh, I'll just throw some motor oil in there, good enough. It's like, yeah, no. I mean, I guess my whole thing is you wouldn't buy a brand new one and not put the recommended oil in it. So why would you have an antique one and not put the recommended oil in it? What I'm doing now is I'm pulling out this old O-ring out of here. And I'm going to get a flathead screwdriver to do that. You know, they come with the filter and the new O-ring, so you might as well put the new one on. I mean, if you want to, like after I change it this time and I wanted to reuse the same one again, maybe, but not repetitively, not foreverville, you know. There it is. Just needed a little extra encouragement. And there we go. That's the old one. I mean, God only knows how long it's been in there. I don't want to know. Be disheartening. And that'll go in the bucket too. So what I like to do is get down in this valley and just clean it all out. Clean, clean, clean. A lot of guys, well, if you don't drain that, use that drain plug, you won't get the oil out of there. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. And I'll show you. And all I'm doing is dabbing it in there, you know, not rubbing it, breaking any part of the shop towel off. want to get this little groove down in here nice and clean. I take my time doing this, man. You know, if you feel like you're short on time, change the oil on your antique tractor, well, do it another day. Do it when you got time. So I got my new ring, and what I like to do is just, not a whole bunch, but I like to take a little bit of oil and just kind of rub it around the ring. And I've done that, and I'm just going to seat it right in place. New ring, new filter, new oil. That's the way it should be. Yeah, I got that in place. We'll go ahead and slap the filter in it. And we drop in place just like that. Lube filter element, there's your part number. Part number. I like to line it up so my sticker's sticking out. Not that I'm a looks kind of guy, but not that I'm not either. It's a sense in having a sticker on there if you're going to turn it around and have it face the tractor. There we go. Got her down in there, had to play around a little bit. I think I might have hit a wire or something, but no big deal. Hold that in place while you want to weed out idiots, just remove all warning labels. And there it is. Wipe any excess oil off. All right, so that's done. We got the new filter installed, the new O-ring. All right, so you can see there's two petcocks here. One's a high, one's a low. Basically, I already know a Farmall H takes 6 quarts to fill up. But you want to pretty much fill it until it's just running out of this top one here. And that's what I'll do is I'll take this top one off and put the 6 quarts in it. And it should just about be even. I've seen people, and that's a little loose, but I've seen people take, pick up sticks or whatever off the ground and stick in there and see how level it is. I guess you can do that. Hopefully the stick doesn't break off where you have to drop the oil pan, but that's the moral of the story. There's no dipsticks on these tractors, and it's just the way they did it. It's not very difficult. Usually if your oil's up to here, you're generally speaking about a quart low, roughly. And I guess one thing about these expensive bags is, they really don't require a funnel of any type. So just take the top off, pour it in, good to go. Nice clean oil. This oil here, it is made in the USA, of imported and domestic components, and distributed out of Cleveland, Ohio. So I don't know, that's good enough. That's going to be 1 quart. I'll spare you the entire pouring of 6. So we're going to skip to the 6th one when you see it next. All right, last but not least, quart number 6 going in the pipe. And today is my daughter's birthday. I believe I'm getting bit by a mosquito right now. That cap right back on there, and we're going to go check these petcocks. Put that cap on there. Spin her down nice and tight. All right, I just tightened this back up. I took a clean straw, actually. I found a clean straw, took it out of the paper, put it in level, and it is full. So we're good to hook. We're going to fire this baby up with some clean oil. See how it sounds. All right, let's fire it up. Got some fresh blood in it. And just in case you were wondering, yes, the lights work. Boom! Well, let's check the oil pressure gauge, see what it reads.